everybody, it's Jamie. Please ignore any background noise from my dog and or the freeway. I'm sorry. But today's video, I'm going to show you how to make these really cool upcycle jeans that I got from the thrift store in the guys section. They're Wrangler jeans, so you can't really get much better than that. And they're already super worn in, so you don't have to have that weird, stiff jean problem when you buy new jeans. This tutorial is partly inspired by the fact that, one, I don't wear any jeans, and number two, because everybody on Supernatural wears jeans and pants wasn't gonna happen, but I was like, kinda want some jean shorts. I used to wear jean shorts when I was younger all the time, but now, especially since I carry my weight in my midsection, a lot of times I'll find something that fits like my legs and my thighs, but doesn't fit my waist, or it'll fit my waist and it looks like I'm wearing 20 sizes too big of shorts. And they're really expensive. The cheapest jeans shorts in like the plus size sections I've ever seen, including Forever 21, is like minimum $20. I would say the range averages from 20 to 30. And to me, that's ridiculous. Like, no. So instead, I went to the Goodwill. I went straight to the guys section because I wanted some high-waisted jean shorts. Went and looked for, I mean, you don't have to look for brand, but I was either looking for Levi's or Wranglers, and I found a pair of Wranglers. I paid $8 for them, and they're well worn in, so they're already soft. They have giant pockets because for whatever reason society thinks women don't need pockets. So now I got big back pockets, big front pockets, and jeans that fit. And they were a couple inches too small around the waist for me, so I'm going to show you guys how to kind of make it look kind of cool and intentional, and they turned out great, and they're super comfy and soft. And I've worn them every time I've gone outside to do something that was not going to work, so yeah. Do I have anything else to tell you guys? I don't think so. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, here are my pants. As you can see, they're a little small in the front and the back pockets are kind of wide, but I end up leaving them how they are. And you can see guy pockets are ridiculously deep, which is totally not fair. And they're pretty much the length for me. They're just basic Wrangler jeans, again, that I found at the Goodwill. They were only $8. And you can't get better than Wrangler. So first things first, you're gonna go ahead, spread your pants out, flip them inside out, and the first thing you're gonna do, or at least first thing I did, you don't have to do it in this order, but I seam ripped the sides of my jeans, and you're gonna, can't see it too much here, but you're gonna basically rip through all these little loopy threads. I like to use an X-Acto knife. You can also use a sharp pair of scissors, but I find the X-Acto knife a little bit easier. And you're gonna seam rip all the way down, which takes flipping forever. And you can even tug a little on your seam ripping because jeans are really durable. Now you're gonna take a pair of shorts that you kind of like the length and the fit of. I chose my favorite black shorts, and I love the length. I love where they sit on my waist. And so these are gonna be my base model for my jeans. So you're gonna match up the side seam of your shorts to the side seam of your jeans, and you're gonna kind of go based off that. And you're going to cut them. Okay, so now you're going to take your pants, lay them nice and flat, just one leg, nice and flat on a cutting mat, lay your shorts down, and I cut mine a couple inches longer because I'd rather start long and go shorter than cut too short, but I end up cutting them pretty much the same length as these shorts, so you can probably just cut them not as long as I obviously did. And you're going to do that to the same side. I like just folding mine in half and laying the bottom side really flat and then the cut side on top really flat and just following that same line. And you're going to want to make sure you have the same curve as your shorts because that'll make them look like they're sitting straight on your legs. And you're going to want to make sure that your leg length, that you have the same amount as the entire length of your shorts so that you can add in your extra side seam panels. And I chose to put the end of the leg of the pant towards the waist, so make sure you don't have any that are too ripped up. And now we're going to go to the sewing machine. I used some gold thread that matched the thread that was on my shorts, so you can use whatever color you want because you're really not going to see any of it. And now you're going to pin your little side seam panels that we cut from the legs together to the pants. And for mine, I end up taking half the pant leg that had the bottom that wasn't all frazzled, cut that in half and use that as my side panels. And you're going to pin all of it together. You can probably actually measure how much you need to expand your pants, but I was just kind of going with the trial and error route this time. And you're going to use a zigzag stitch. I made mine a little wider than the normal preset because you don't need to have that tight of a zigzag stitch for jeans. And the needle I'm using is just a universal needle because I don't feel like buying specialized needles ever. And now you're going to take that to the sewing machine and you're just going to sew up the sides with your zigzag stitch. You know, just basic straight line for all 4 attachment points. And now you're going to try them on. As you can see, they're really big on me still, so I'm going to take them in at the same seams that I just sewed or sewn. My pockets end about there, so that's where I'm going to end up cutting the length because that's how short I want them. And then we're also going to end up taking in the pockets because they're just a tad too long for me. So here I'm going to go ahead and shorten my shorts. When I had them on, they went to about the end of the pocket. So I'm just going to mark that out with a Sharpie and cut it off, and then do the same thing I did when I originally cut them, fold them in half, follow that line, and then bam! Same seam thing on both sides. I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm sorry. So you're going to open your shorts back up, and then I'm going to seam rip once again to make them a bit smaller and cut off just like obvious things that don't need to be there. And while we have the shorts flipped inside out, we can go ahead and do our pockets. I wanted to make sure that 1, my hands could fit in, and 2, my iPhone the 6 would be able to fit fully in my pocket. So if I ever wear these to Universal or Disneyland or something like that, my phone's not going to go flying out and it's securely in my pocket. So I just took a regular pencil, marked where the end of my phone was, and then just followed the same curve that was already there, and then just chop that off. And you're going to eventually sew those closed with some of like the loopy kind of stitch looking thing that's really similar to what the pocket already has. And we're going to try on our shorts again, and they're finally the length I like. I just have to hem them in. And the waist is still a little big, so I'm going to yet again go in some more and fix that. And this is my new video where I'm just going back and constantly tweaking the side seams to make them fit correctly. I ended up just making sure I took a ruler and cut them super straight because it makes sewing so much easier. Little notes, I am sewing on a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I like sewing with super small seam allowances because it makes me sew straighter and I don't have to worry about a ton of fabric, and it's just a lot easier for me. Like I said earlier, you do not have to follow the same exact steps like in the same order as I did. Frankly, it'd probably be a lot easier if you just measured and cut exactly instead of trial and error, but I wasn't sure how these jeans would fit because I don't really know how jeans fit on my body. If you already have a pair of jeans, then you can easily just use that as a super basic template and follow that exactly how it is, and then just bam, make your shorts. You can also buy shorts that actually fit you where you want them to fit you and just chop the legs off and sew them up and fix the pockets. It's not too hard. This is just the route I wanted to go because, again, it was influenced by Supernatural, and I was kind of thinking, well, I was stuck with Sam and Dean and all I had was my normal clothes. For one, I would not survive because my clothes will rip in a second. So I kind of wanted to be like, well, if I took a pair of Sam's jeans and made them to fit me, what would they look like? Of course, obviously, I didn't find freaking Jared Padalecki sized jeans, so I just kind of went with what I had. And also, one more thing, when you're sewing, please be careful of the little rivets in your jeans. If your needle even hits the side of that thing, your needle's going to break and shoot into your eye. So please be careful. And so now you're just going to hem your jeans, which is really easy. I did mine at about 1/2 inch. And you're just going to pin all of that and sew it up. And this is the final look. I really loved how they turned out. This was actually a day after washing, so I have these weird stringy thingies that appeared. That'll probably happen maybe the first 2 times you wash your jeans. But I really love them. I left the pockets the way they were because I didn't feel like taking them off and moving them. But they're super comfy and so amazing, and I absolutely love them. So I'm definitely going to do this more often.